Hello, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, good evening. So this is your week 5 doubt session. So you can start asking your doubt from week 5.
Ma'am, I have doubt in this week 4. You have said you will explain
Ma'am,
today.
Ma'am, could you please explain how to upload the EMQ assignment? I am not able to understand. I have done in
ma'am,
the
is there
notepad, but
any? No, ma'am. Can we ask questions?
So EMQ is not graded in week 5. This is for your practice only.
yes,
Ma'am,
EMQ
is
graded
there
week
any
5. Could you
other
please explain
graded
how to
assignment
upload?
other than? Ma'am, is there any other graded assignment other than the assignment at the end of the week for the first 4 weeks or even the 5th week?
You have a graded assignment only.
No other assignments, ma'am. The EMQ does not have any.
In week 5, the EMQ assignment is not going to be graded.
Week 6 onwards, will it be graded?
No, it's not
But
like
ma'am,
that.
there is a one EMQ graded assignment over there.
There is EMQ
In week
assignment
6,
in
there
week
are 2 graded assignments.
Yeah, in week
It
6.
has 2 parts.
In week 5, there is one EMQ graded assignment.
Yes, one
I
EMQ
am not
graded
able to
assignment is there.
upload that. Could you please explain how to upload?
See, I am saying that in week 5, the EMQ will not be graded. Okay, that is
So
like
we
your
can
marks
leave
will not
that
be.
graded assignment of EMQ.
Yes,
Actually, it is
it's for your
written graded and there
practice.
is a deadline also. So if we
Yeah, but due to some technical glitches, for week 5 particularly, it is not going to be graded. But for
Oh,
week
okay.
6, it will be graded.
Okay.
Okay, this is for particularly week 5 only. Week 5 EMQ will not be graded, but week 6 will be graded.
and even they
The
were for the
EMQ
future
one.
I'm asking is the EMQ, the notepad file, how by which name will we save it for uploading?
Sorry, what?
Ma'am, for the uploading of the notepad file, so in which name should we save it? The txt format I have to save it, that I can understand, but in which name should we save that file?
Any name.
Means in the instruction video it was showing that the name should be EMQ, so exactly I should name the file as EMQ.
No. I have saved in many names, so you can also name.
There is no EMQ in week 5, I guess.
Sorry,
It's not showing any EMQ questions in week 5.
no, there is one graded EMQ assignment before the after the first graded assignment there is a EMQ assignment graded. There is a deadline also, 9th.
Where? In week 5?
Yes, week 5 statistics.
Yes, there is.
Week 5 there is no EMQ.
There is.
There
Yes,
is
I have submitted the graded assignment also. There is no EMQ questions in week 5.
after the first graded
See,
assignment.
let me speak. For week 5, the glitch is that for qualifier portal, there will be no EMQ assignment, but on the term portal, you will find the EMQ assignment. But for particularly week 5, the EMQ assignment is not going to be graded.
There is no EMQ assignment in week 5.
Are you a qualifier student or a term student?
Yes, ma'am, we are qualifier students.
Yeah, so
Qualifier student.
it will not be there for your portal.
For the others
So
who have
don't
already qualified.
Ma'am, for JE students,
see if whether it is showing on your portal or not, don't worry about it. EMQ assignment for week 5 is not going to be graded. Okay, this is the glitch because for some students it is showing, for others it is not showing. So because of that, we are not considering it under the evaluation part. This is
Irrespective
for
of their
week,
ma'am,
qualifier or
can
not,
you,
right?
yeah, for both qualifier and term students. For
All
both.
right. Thank
ma'am,
you.
can you tell us how to solve this EMQ questions?
EMQ is like you have to select a set of options.
I don't know what is EMQ actually.
Ma'am, after registration in the course, if we pass the qualifier exam, after registration the course, will we get EMQ questions in graded form?
It is not that you pass the exam, then it will be visible on your portal. It's not like that.
No, ma'am, after upcoming weeks, will there be some EMQ questions in graded form
Yes,
to
it
be
might
submitted?
be for some weeks. It might be there for
Oh,
some weeks.
okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you explain the difference between descriptive statistics and inferential statistics?
Okay, I can explain, but
I'm
I
having
did not
doubt
join
in
those
week
sessions.
5 activity.
Okay.
Ma'am, can you explain the difference?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Okay, see, we'll take a week 5 doubts in this week, but okay, let me explain that what is the difference between descriptive and inferential. So descriptive basically gives you the summary of the data set you have, and inferential, we predict something. We want to
For
infer
example,
something. So, like suppose we have a small sample, and based on the sample, we want to draw some conclusion about our population.
And
Okay,
your voice is
so if
very
you are
low.
So if you're making predictions or drawing conclusions based on the sample about your population, then it is going to be the inferential statistics. But if you have some,
in the exam, if they give some case that and ask that whether it is descriptive or inferential, so can you give us some tips that how by
yeah,
which
so
we can?
yeah, so it will be something like that. Suppose you have a school, and based on one class in a school, you are making a prediction for the entire school, something like that. So a sample from the population will be given. Okay. And based on the sample, there will be some conclusion drawn about the population.
So if we are going to draw a conclusion from all the data available on a particular thing, let's say there are only so many mobiles, X mobiles in our country, and we want to know how much long, uh, how many people are actually preferring to use that versus who are
See,
not using it.
if you
But
are, if you are just summarizing your data set, so suppose you have a data set in which some information is given, and you are just trying to get some information from that data set about that data set only.
we
Okay,
are
suppose you
inferring
have a
something
class
like
of,
the amount uh, from the whole part of it, it is still inferential data. We are calculating something from the whole data, like not part of something.
okay,
The
yes.
whole data, it is still inferential statistics.
See, if you're saying something about the, like, you are making predictions, okay, then it will be inferential. Otherwise, suppose if you have a class of 100 students and you're saying that the average marks is suppose 80, okay? So if you are taking the average marks of all the students and you're saying the average marks for for the class of 100 students is 80, then it is going to be the descriptive only.
We
Okay, so
have a pie chart given in the data, and we are going to use the data in that and we know that there are 100 people for this class right now. So from the pie chart of the given the previous data, if we try to find out that who and all will choose as a something from the pie chart, is it inferential statistics? Like
on pie chart, we used to summarize the data and not for predicting anything.
we are using the given data, the pie chart for number of students in each subject is given. In some other term, in the next term, we are having 100 students, and we use the data from the previous one to predict. Is it inferential statistics?
So if you are using the data for predicting, then it will be inferential. Okay. If you're predicting something that you do not know, if you're saying something about the future, okay, it will be inferential in that case.
If it is given, it is not. If the question is asking something from the given data, like how many people, how much percent of students choose a certain subject, then it is
So
not
that
inferential.
then it is not inferential. That information you already have in your data set. So you're not predicting it, you are just finding out the information from the data set. So ultimately you are summarizing the data set. Okay. Suppose in the class of 100 students, you are saying that 70% has chosen this subjects and the other students have chosen these subjects. So uh, it is not inferential, it is descriptive statistics. Okay, and if you're predicting that in this year these many students have selected this subject, So in the future, the next year, the upcoming students will be taking these many these subjects. Then you are predicting about the future. So in that case, it will be inferential. Okay.
Ma'am, I have doubts from this week 5 that there are a type of question in EMQ now that they give 4 parameters. First one is everything is taken at simultaneously or not. Second is um, uh, it is with or without replacement, and third is order matters or not, and fourth is permutation is used or combination is used. So in some type of question like suppose there are 3 types of pizzas and there are 4 sizes available, and there are suppose 2 or 3 extra suppose cheese or extra paneer, these type of items. So which combination should we choose here in the EMQ? Like everything is happening simultaneously or not, what we should select?
So means how to understand that which
Like
simultaneous occurrence is
which
there
set
or
of
not.
options we will
If you are
select in
doing
this.
the selection at the same time, okay, it will be simultaneous. Simultaneous means you are doing a particular thing at the same timing.
And the
Okay,
order
so
matters or not, because there is only one pizza, so how can we say order? There
see,
is one option.
in EMQ, you have to select like a set of options are given, then whatever is suitable for your question, you have to select those only, not all.
Means suppose in this example which I gave, the pizza wala question, here order
Okay.
matters or not, we should select one of that or not?
You are just selecting, then in that case, it will the order will not matter.
Okay, so here we'll select order won't matter. And permutation or combination?
See, the permutation, if you are using permutation, which means you are caring about the arrangements.
Yes.
Okay, in combination, you just do the selection. So according to the question, you have to decide that in that particular thing, the order will make a difference or not. So if you are selecting a thing and selecting like in different, the arrangement of selecting the things matters in that case. So you will be using the permutation, and you are just doing the selection of the things, items. Then in that case, you will be using the combination.
Okay. And can you give me one example where we will select everything will not occur simultaneously? Because I have seen so many questions of EMQ that most of them have that everything is occurring simultaneously, means option number one. But can you give an example from where they can say that everything will not be simultaneously?
Okay, see, suppose you have a bucket, you have some balls in that. So maybe you are selecting 3 balls. So maybe if you are selecting the 3 balls at the same time, you have to select 3 balls. Okay, at the same time randomly, it will be simultaneous selection. But if it is saying that you have to select one ball first, okay, and then after you have to select the second ball, and then you have to select the third ball. Then in that case, the selection will not be simultaneous.
Okay. Okay.
One after another, something like that.
Thank you.
Ma'am, is there any tutorial on how to answer the EMQ questions?
I think it should be there on the portal.
Like as in a YouTube video or something?
I need to check where it is,
Yes,
but I
it's there
think
in
it's
week
there.
4.
You mean week 4 EMQ?
Yeah, there is a video instructions to the bonus practice assignment.
Ma'am, could you
Um,
explain the case? How should we select with replacement or without replacements? Means how to understand that? Means there are the options with replacement and without replacement. So how to understand which one will for which question which to select? Hello.
yeah, 1 minute.
And ma'am, I
There
do
is
not.
no EMQ in week 5.
Don't worry about the EMQ this time, because this time we are not considering the EMQ questions. So it will come in the week 6. and it will be there for both the portals, qualifier and
I am in the
the practice test.
qualifier and there is no EMQ in week 5.
Yeah, so don't worry about it.
But there is a EMQ in week 4. So
These bonus practice assignment, are these the EMQ?
Yes.
Okay.
there is a video in which steps are mentioned for EMQ.
Okay, now you can start asking your week 5 doubts.
I am not able to get that. Means when to select the simultaneous occurrence, when to select with or replacement, means those options. Values I can find, but when to select those options, that I cannot understand. Means there may be EMQ of other term also. So could we give just one or two example questions and show? Otherwise, I cannot attempt. And actually, even if I select one wrong option, the entire question will go wrong. So that is why I'm asking.
Yes, ma'am. Can you please demonstrate?
Then using one two questions, maybe you are having some previous EMQ or some other EMQ. No, not only the EMQ. So just two or three questions or one or two questions demonstration will help very much. And also one thing that for each paragraph, means each type of question, there are two questions. Select the appropriate steps and how many number of ways. What does it mean by what are the appropriate steps? Means in the steps we have to find the value, or we have to just write which is possible. Means in every question there are two questions. Means select the number of steps that are applicable and in how many ways this can be done. So select the number of steps that are applicable. What does it mean?
Okay, see, I will check the EMQ thing. Okay, the submission
The
part.
deadline is tomorrow only, so if you could just briefly
No,
tell, then it will
I
be
have
helpful.
already told so many times that there is no EMQ which is going to be graded for week 5.
Actually, I'm JE entry, so
No, it's not
Yeah,
going to be
even
graded
for
for
us.
anyone. Okay, so
No,
don't
ma'am.
worry about the EMQ thing.
Ma'am, can I ask doubt from mock which was given?
I have a doubt from week 4 graded assignment.
See, if
Week
you
5
join-
activity 5.3.
So we will take week 5 doubts first. Okay, this session is specially for week 5 doubts.
So should we wait till
four
the end of the session or something?
week. So why didn't you ask questions in week 4 itself? Week 4
I
doubts.
had a class going on that time, so I couldn't attend that class. Like I had an offline class going on.
Okay, so don't worry about that. The graded assignment solution, we always provide the PDF. You can check that.
Okay.
Okay, so first we will take week 5 doubts. So if you have doubts from week 5, ask it, and don't worry about the EMQ thing. Okay,
My
it's not
activity
going to be
5.3.
graded. It is not going to be graded for any student.
Ma'am, is this
Activity
session
5.3.
recorded?
Yes.
Ma'am, I have a doubt from like PYQ, which comes under the topic of week 5.
Okay.
ma'am, I have sent some POQs in the chat. I am having doubt there.
1 minute.
My activity 5.3.
So these questions are from week 5. This is from which
Ma'am,
week?
can we send our questions in chat and will you solve them one by one?
Okay, you don't need to send the questions. See, if you have doubts from week 3 and 4, we will have a week 3 and 4 revision session tomorrow. Okay, we will discuss those questions in that session. In today's session, we will discuss week 5 questions first, and then we can take another things. Okay.
Ma'am, in the questions where roll number or employee number is involved, can the first digit be 0? Will we take that case in permutation combination?
Roll number and
Suppose for a student roll number or for an employee number, first digit.
yes, it can be 0. Otherwise, it's not acceptable. The condition will be there. Otherwise, you can
Ma'am,
consider
sometimes
0.
they specify it's an 8-digit number, so you can't put 0 in the beginning.
Yeah, if it is mentioned, then we cannot make like that.
If it is not mentioned, then first digit 0, that case we will consider.
Yeah, if it is some like ID number or something like that, it can be. Then you can consider. But suppose if you have to make a 5-digit number, so in that case, first digit cannot be 0.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is understood.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, but some password or these kind of things, it will be, you can use that. Otherwise, if there is any condition, it will be mentioned in the question itself. Okay, so now I'm starting with activity questions first.
Ma'am, are the mock tests
Ma'am,
they are
my question
added
is
in the
from
grade?
Okay,
PYQ.
there will be a mock discussion session as well. You can ask in that session. Okay.
Are the mock test marks added in the grade?
No, that will not going to be graded. These mock are for your practice only.
Ma'am, I have sent some questions, PYQs in the chat. Could you please take
From
that?
week 5.
Yes, week 5 is also there.
Okay, I'll take week 5 questions. Okay. Okay, any other question from activity?
Ma'am, the syllabus is still week 4 only.
Yeah, syllabus is week 4 only, up to week 4. Anyone has doubt from the activity questions?
Practice assignment.
Activity 5.3.
Which question?
1 and 4.
Okay, 1. So, in how many ways can a test paper of 6 questions be attempted? Each question being of true false type. So, how did you approach this question?
Yeah, ma'am, in this question, it's
My answer
asking
is coming
attempted.
64. So
The only possible two output should be true or false, right?
Okay, see,
Or should we take?
so the answer is 64, I think.
the thing is, you have 2 options of true and false, but you can leave the question also.
But ma'am, it's asking in how many ways can a test paper of system be attempted? So not attempting is not a choice here, right?
No, it's not written that it's compulsory. So you can take that condition. You have 6 questions to be attempted. The thing is, you can.
So the answer will be 3 to the power 6.
Yes. So you have
Okay.
like 3 options for a question. You can either make it true or false, or you can just leave the question.
Oh, I am doing it 2 to
Anyway,
the power 6.
yeah. So anyway, if this type of question is coming in the exam, it will be clearly mentioned that the questions are compulsory or not. So in this type of question, there might be ambiguity that you have to take. You can leave the question or not, but don't worry. In the exams, if we are asking this type of question, it will be clearly mentioned that you have a choice of unattempting a question or the questions are compulsory.
Okay, ma'am. Question number 4.
So, in how many ways can 5 distinct books be arranged in 2 bookshelves? Okay. So, you have 5 distinct books and 2 bookshelves. So, suppose I'm making it like that. Okay. Suppose this is bookshelf first and this is second. Okay. Total, you have 5 distinct books. So, it might be, suppose you are selecting one book. Okay. So, how many ways you can select it? If you have to take only one book out of 5,
1 way.
okay, it will be no, you have 5 books. You have to select one book only.
5C1
5C1
and
will be
5C4.
5 only. Okay, 5C1 is 5 only. You can directly write 5 also. And then we have put one book here. Then we have 4 books remaining, right? So that 4 books you can arrange in 4 factorial ways. right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, one book we have put here in the first bookshelf, and the remaining 4 we have put here. So that 4 books can be arranged in 4 factorial ways. Okay. Now in the next case, we can take 2 books.
5C2.
Here, why are
No,
we
no,
taking 5C1? That should be
no, it
5P1.
will be 5P. See, okay, this combination concept is not there, but the thing is we are just taking one book. So in one book, there is no arrangement. Okay. So if you take 5C1, then also it is correct, or you just can write 5. Okay, because in one book, we are not making any arrangement. Okay. Now in the next, if you are taking 2 books and you have to arrange it also, which means 5P2.
Yes,
Out of 5 books, you are taking 2 books and then you are arranging it. So it will be 5P2. Now we are left with 3 books.
so we have to choose 2 books, so it must be 5C2, ma'am.
See, selection and arrangement also.
We have not selected here.
See, in permutation, the selection and arrangement both are done. Both are included.
And in combination, only commas selected
Selection,
and
yes,
and in permutation, both are done.
yes.
Okay.
I mean, the
Okay.
first case,
So with that,
in the bookshelf 2, why did we write 4 factorial? It should be 4 only, because in the first shelf it will be 5 ways, and in the second shelf, since one book is taken, it will be 4 ways, not 4
no, no,
factorial, I
no,
guess.
no. See, we have taken only one book. Okay. See, we have taken one book only. Okay, I'm writing it here. You just understand it. We have put one book here in the first bookshelf, and then 4 books in the second bookshelf. Okay, I'm writing like this.
Okay.
And then next, in the first bookshelf, we have taken 2 books, and in the second bookshelf, we have kept 3 books, like that. So now you are selecting 2 books and you are arranging it also. So it will be 5P2. Okay. Now already you have selected 2 books, so you are left with 3 books only. Now the 3 remaining books you can arrange in 3 factorial ways. Right?
Yes.
And then the next, similarly, it will be 3, 2. So here you are taking 3 books, arranging it, and then it is 2 factorial. Okay, then it will be 4, 1. Okay, so it will be 5P4 and 1 book only, 1 factorial. Then maybe 5 books here and 0 books. So it will be 5P5. Okay, which will be 5 factorial only, and here 0. So 0 factorial will be 1. And then maybe here you are keeping 0 books and here 5. So it will be like 0 factorial and 5P5. Okay, now you have to add. So these, you can see that these two you are doing simultaneously, right? So these two are going to be multiplied. And these are the different cases. So you have to add them. Is this
Yes,
clear?
ma'am.
Okay. Because you are selecting one book for this bookshelf and the other books, the other remaining 4 books for this bookshelf. So it is occurring at the same time. It is the simultaneous selection. Or, so this is one possibility and this is one possibility. So you have to add these and this you have to multiply, right? Now we just have to do the calculation part. So it will be, so the total will be 5 into 4 factorial. Okay. Next is 5P2 into 3 factorial. Okay, next is 5P3 into 2 factorial. Then next is 5P4 into 1 factorial. Then 5P5, 0 factorial is 1 only. And again 5P5. So this is 5 factorial, right? First one, 5 into 4 factorial is 5 factorial. Okay. Then this will be 5 factorial divided by 3 factorial into 3 factorial, right? Then this will be 5 factorial divided by 5 minus 3, which is 2 factorial into 2 factorial. Similarly here, it will be 5 factorial divided by 1 factorial, right? And these 5p5 will also be 5 factorial only, right? So ultimately, 6 into 5 factorial, right? Now you can
Ma'am,
check the
this
answer.
session is all about doubt session or revision session.
No, this is the doubt session for week 5.
If we haven't any doubt, then we can leave or not.
Yes, you can leave if you don't want to ask anything.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, another question?
Ma'am, this activity only question number 3.
So in how many ways can 4 non-identical rings be worn on 5 fingers?
Yes.
Okay, so how did you approach it?
Ma'am, actually I thought in a way that means I cannot put one ring in 2 fingers, but in one finger I can put multiple rings. So from rings to the fingers, it is like number of functions. Means if rings are the inputs, then basically the
No, in one finger you have to wear one ring only.
it is not mentioned. Means it is just mentioned that 4 non-identical rings can be worn on 5 fingers. Means I cannot wear in one ring I cannot fit in multiple fingers, but in one finger I can fit in one ring also, or more than one ring also. So in this way, if I think that it is there is basically the number of functions from the rings to the fingers. So basically I had done 5 to the power 4.
No, it's not like that. You have to select one finger for one ring only.
Means in one finger I cannot put multiple rings.
No.
Oh, means actually it wasn't mentioned. Okay, suppose it was mentioned that in one finger I can put multiple rings, then
Yeah, then you can take the other cases also.
means could we show this question once? How to do? I got wrong actually.
Okay, first we will solve this one and then that one. So here it is that in how many ways can 4 non-identical rings be worn on 5 fingers? So basically what you have to do, you have 5 things, 5 places, right? And you have to select 4 places and you have to arrange it. So simply it would be 5p4. Right?
That means there are 4 rings I have to put in 5 fingers.
Sorry?
That means there are 4 rings I have to put in the rings in 5 fingers.
Yeah, so one finger will be blank. Like you will not, there will be no ring in one finger at least. One finger. Right? Because you have 4 rings only. So one finger, like you can say it will be empty.
Means the 5p4, 5 is the number of fingers.
See, the
Means
question is,
yes.
we have 4 non-identical rings. Okay, we have 4 different kind of rings. Okay, and we have 5 fingers.
Yes.
So these are the 5 fingers, just assume. Okay, these 5 places. And you have to arrange these 4 rings in these 5 places, in these 5 fingers.
Yes.
So what we are doing, actually out of 5, we are selecting the 4 places, or we can say out of 5 fingers, you are selecting 4 fingers and you are just arranging the rings. Okay.
Sorry, I'm could be.
See, just think it in the opposite way. You have 5 places to be filled.
Yes.
And you have to fill 4 places. Like 4 places you can fill. Or you can
Okay.
just assume that you have four rings, and you just assume that one is your dummy ring. Okay, that empty place, empty finger, you can assume it like dummy ring, or like for your understanding. So one place is going to be empty. So you can assume it like one another thing or something like that. So basically we are arranging five things that we can do five in five factorial ways. Or you can say that out of five, we are taking four things and then we are arranging it.
Okay.
Okay. So it will be like this.
Actually, in this type of emphasis problem means suppose instead of 4 rings, it had told that how can we fit in 10 rings in 5 fingers. So there, in that case, I would have done 10 p5, means number of rings would be numerator and the number of fingers would be denominator. But since the number of fingers here is greater than the ring, means we are doing in the opposite way. Means
Yes. Yes. So if you are arranging, so it will be like that. R1, R2, R3, R4 like this. Okay, and this will be empty. So this empty place you can put anywhere. So it might be like this: R1, R3, R2, R4, something like that. Okay, so these kind of arrangements will be there. So you can assume this is any other object, or you can assume it like something like that. This is also some empty thing or dummy thing you can assume.
okay.
So you are arranging the things in five places you have to arrange you. So that can be done in 5 factorial ways, right?
Okay.
So it is simply like that.
Means what I'm trying to ask is that the formula is NTR. Here we have taken n equal to 5 and r equal to 4. R is the number
Yes.
of rings. But
Yes,
suppose,
yes.
remember, suppose it is asked that 10 rings, how many ways can we put in 5 fingers? Then it would be opposite, means 10 p5.
Then you have first you have 10 rings. So out of that 10 rings, you have to select 5. We are
Yeah,
saying 5, right?
so 10
Okay,
p5.
and then you have to arrange 5 factorial ways. So it will be 10p5 only, yes. So this is
Um,
nothing but 10p5 only.
so means whichever is greater, we will take that value to be n, and whichever is smaller, that will be r.
Yes, if it
Means
is this kind, yeah, if it is this kind of scenario, you can take like that.
no, means I am trying to ask that whichever is bigger, we will put it in the n, and whichever is smaller, we will put it in the r in the formula
Yes,
NPR.
yes. Yes, you can do it like that. But this scenario should be like similar to this. Okay.
Okay.
There might be some conditions, then you have to do according to that. Otherwise, you have to like take n whichever is bigger than. Okay.
Ma'am, can you explain activity question
Sorry, your
5.1? I am total statistics, ma'am. 5.1.
5.1.
Activity.
Your voice is not clearly audible for me.
Ma'am, my doubt is week 5 this question.
Ask one by one. So, 5.1 question number.
Ma'am, all the question I marked wrong, ma'am.
All the questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So first question is, a student wishes to take either a statistics course, okay, or a mathematics course, but not both. So if there are 2 statistics and 4 mathematics courses for which the student is eligible, then number of ways the student can choose the course is. Anyone else who would like to answer? Anyone has solved this question?
Yes, ma'am. Just check it out. 1 minute.
Okay, see, here the question is either a statistics or a mathematics, okay? So you have 2 statistics courses and 4 mathematics courses. And out of these, you have to select only one.
Ma'am, 6.
Yes. So you have 2 statistics and 4 mathematics. You have to select only one, okay? It is written that either a statistics core or a mathematics, but not both. So you just have to add these two. So 2 plus 4. So 6 options, 6 choices you have. So out of 6, you have to select one thing. Okay, so the number of ways the student can choose the course will be 6. So you can check the answer.
Okay, ma'am.
It will be
Means
6 only.
it is done by
Addition rule.
yeah. Next question, ma'am.
Okay, the second one is there are 13 flights from Delhi to Bangalore and then 6 flights from Bangalore to Chennai. So Riddhi wants to fly from Delhi to Bangalore and then to Chennai. So how many choices does she have for her flight plan? So from Delhi to Bangalore and then Bangalore to Chennai. Okay. So Delhi to Bangalore and then from Bangalore to Chennai. From Delhi to Bangalore, 13 flights and Bangalore to Chennai, 6 flights. Okay, so here we have 13 options and here we have 6 options. So it should be 13 into 6, right? You can think like that you have 13 flights, suppose flight 1, flight 2, up to flight 13, right? From Delhi to Bangalore. And then suppose you came, you have taken this flight F1. Then after you have reached to Bangalore, okay, by this flight F1 from Delhi. Now you have to go to Chennai. Again, you have 6 options, 6 different flights, right? Suppose F dash 1, F dash 2, and similarly you have F dash 6. So for each flight, you have 6 options, right? So it will be 13 into 6, right? Are you able to understand now?
Yes, ma'am.
So simply it will be multiplication rule it is. So 13 into 6. So it will be 78 flights. 78 options, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, next one is Rohan packed 4 shirts, 5 pants, and a sweater for his school trip. He will need to choose a shirt and pant for each outfit, okay? And decide whether to wear the sweater. So find the total number of possible outfits. So here he has to select a shirt and a pant, okay? Like both the things we have to select, one shirt and one pant. And then he has to decide whether he will be wearing the sweater or not. So 4 shirts and 5 pants we have. 4 shirts and 5 pants, right? So he will be having 4 into 5 options first for selecting the shirt and pant. Is it clear? This point? For selecting the shirt and pant only?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then he has 2 options, whether to wear a sweater or not wear a sweater, right? So again, we have 2 options. So it will be 4 into 5 into 2. Okay. So it will be 40. Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the next one is
Ma'am, how to analyze that it is a multiplication rule will be applied or addition rule will be applied? I'm getting confused.
so this you will get the clarity when you solve more and more questions. See, the thing is, if you are selecting both the things, if there is a and condition, so you have to multiply. Okay, it is basically a simultaneous thing. And if you have to select one thing only, see here you can see that you had statistics or mathematics, right?
Yes.
So you can think about it. So 2 options for statistics and 5 mathematics. The total is going to be 6 options. You have to select one only and not 2 things. And here you can see that he has to select shirt and a pant, both the things at the same time he has to select.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can think it like that 4 shirts,
But
suppose
ma'am, here he has
F1,
option na to wear a
F2.
sweater and not sweater.
Yeah, for sweater he has options. So see, okay. So we have 4 shirts. So just think about it like that. Shirt 1, shirt 2, shirt 3, and shirt 4, suppose. Okay. So for shirt 1, again he has 5 options, 5 pants. Okay. So P1, P2, P3, P4, and P5, right? Again for
Yes, ma'am.
shirt 2 also he has 5 options. P1, okay, P1, P2, and P5, right? Again for shirt 3 he has 5 options, P1 to P5, right? Similarly for shirt 4, P1 up to P5. So now you can see 5 options, 5, 5, and 5, 4 times, right? For 4 different shirts. So it will
Yes,
be
ma'am.
4 into 5. Now after selecting the outfit, he has the option that he can wear a shirt or not. Okay, so he has 2 options. So we have to multiply by 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Ma'am, means we have one AND condition and one OR condition. Then also we can do it multiplication.
Uh, don't think like that. You just see how it is working,
Okay,
how we
ma'am.
are doing the selections.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Now
And
move
now
to the
the
next question.
previous question, it was like that you have 2 statistics subjects, okay, and 4 mathematics. So M1, M2, M4, M5. Sorry, M1, M2, M3, M4. 4 options we have. Okay. So now you can see out of these, we have to select one. So simply we have 4 plus 2, 6 options, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can just think like that. Then you will be able to understand whether we have to multiply or it is getting added.
Okay, ma'am. I'll
Ma'am, I
practice.
have a doubt in week 5 graded assignment. Confusion in a question.
Graded assignment questions we cannot discuss before deadline. You should know.
Ma'am, confusion in the question. What is it saying?
Ma'am, I have
I
a
don't
doubt in
understand.
practices.
You can ask the concept doubt if you have, but we cannot discuss the direct question, the same question.
No, ma'am, I'm not want to discuss the question. I am asking that can you explain the question? What is saying?
Okay, I'll take it. Okay, so this question first. So here we have, in how many ways can a number be chosen from 1 to 20 such that it is a multiple of 2 or 3? Okay. So we have to take multiple of 2 or multiple of 3 from 1 to 20. Okay. So from 1 to 20, if you write the multiple of 2 or 3. Okay. So it will be 2, then 3, right? Then 4, then 6. Okay, 5 will not be there because 5 is not the multiple of 2 or multiple of 3, right?
Yes.
Then 8, then 9, 10, 12, 14,
14.
15, 16, then 18, and then 20, right?
Yeah.
Now you can count. 13 options are there. The answer should be 13. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
And
Ma'am,
in
my doubt.
upcoming week, you will study that or condition belongs to union. Okay, it's not in week 5, I guess. But okay, I'll
Ma'am,
explain it like this also. So you can consider an event A, okay, which is representing the multiple of 2. So first you will write all the multiples of 2 only. And then you can take the another event which is representing the multiple of 3. Okay, then you will write the multiple of 3 only. Okay, then there will be some numbers which will be multiple of both 2 and 3. Okay, so that will come in intersection, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so
That
A or
will
B,
be the
which
answer
means
is
you have
2
to
and 3.
A union B. No, this is not for, yeah, this particular is 2 and 3. Okay,
Union
so
2
if you
or
want to
3.
find the union, so it will be A plus B and minus, you have to subtract the intersection part. So you can do this question in this way also.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, you just have to subtract those which are common in both. Okay,
Ma'am, can you take my doubt?
yes.
Practice assignment, last question. 27th one.
Okay, for practice assignment, the solution are already given. Do you check it first?
Yes, I checked with it, but I didn't understand.
Okay. So the question is, 8 girls were playing a game during which they decided to sit around in 2 concentric circles, as shown in the figure. 4 out of them will sit in the on the inner circle, and the remaining 4 will sit on the outer circle. So, in how many ways can they occupy their places if Priya, who is the game master, has to sit in the outer circle? Okay, so the
Ma'am,
position for Priya is fixed in the outer circle, any one of the places.
yeah.
Okay, she will be sitting. So first, we can
So,
select the 4 girls for the inner circle,
okay,
right?
ma'am, one more
So,
thing. If Priya is like we made her place, so that it will be considered as a linear, yes,
yes, see, the thing
the
is,
outer circle.
yeah, for outer, we will be taking it as linear.
Inside it will be like a round table.
Yes. The thing is,
Okay, okay,
first we
can you
will
explain?
select, okay, first we will select for inner circle.
Mm.
So for inner circle, the position for Priya is already fixed anywhere in the outer circle. So we have only uh, total 8 girls, so we have only 7 options, right? For
Mm.
inner circle. So out of the 7, we have to select 4. So it will be 7C4. Okay. Then for
Mm.
4, if you have 4 objects to arrange in a circular manner, so how many ways can you arrange it? 4
3
minus 1 factorial?
factorial. Mm.
Yeah, so it will be 4 minus 1, which is 3 factorial. Okay, so 7C4 into 3 factorial. So that we have done the arrangement for the inner circle. Okay. Now we have to arrange the 4 girls, including Priya, for the outer circle. So now this arrangement we will be doing according to the linear. Why? Because you can see it like that. Suppose this is, I'm writing the numbers, okay? Suppose we have fixed the values like this. This is the inner circle. Okay. Now we are talking about the outer circle. So if you write 5, 6, 7, 8, okay. So this arrangement will be different like this. If we like write like this, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, because if you look, so here like 3 and 6 are coming like that. Here 3 and 6 are coming, and here 3 and 5 are coming. So these two arrangements are different from each other, right? Because we have to consider both the circles. So that's why for outer circle, we will be doing the linear arrangement. So it will be 4 factorial.
Ma'am, for linear arrangement, it is that number and factorial,
Yeah,
like n factorial itself.
n factorial, yes.
Then, ma'am, where is n minus 1 factorial divided by 2 used?
And that is used when you have the clockwise and anti-clockwise same.
That is in case of like beads and things, right?
Yes, beats, yes.
Can you actually give an example of that beads question when their clockwise and anti-clockwise are same? Because if they're of different colors or all of them are the same color, then everything will be same. That's it.
Uh, the thing is, suppose you have a bracelet, okay? You have beads in it. The thing is, suppose this is blue, green, yellow, red. You just flip it because this is like a thing that you can do. Again, the bracelet is going to be same. For this type of thing, the clockwise and anti-clockwise will not matter. The bracelet will still be the same. But if you talk about that person sitting around a table, so in that case, if you are flipping the situation, that will give you a different kind of arrangement. This is the thing actually.
And how the bracelet thing, can you say again? Yellow and red, if it flips, what does it happen?
Okay, see, you are just flipping it, turning it to the other side. Still, it will be the same thing, right? It will not make any change. Here, if you talk about the mirror image of bracelet, does it have any mean? Both the things are same, right? This particular object is going to be the same. So here, that's why we take that mirror image or the clockwise, anti-clockwise are same. But if you are if you are talking about the people sitting around a circular table, that you cannot flip, right?
Because people will exchange, like the places will be
Yeah,
different.
yeah,
That's why.
flipable, yeah, that will be different. Okay, that will make a difference. But here,
Okay,
if you
thank you.
do this thing, then it will not make a difference.
Okay.
Yes, any other question?
Ma'am, can you
Can you take my
explain?
doubt? Hello?
Yes.
Can you take my doubt of graded assignment?
Which question?
Question number 3 and 4. The doubt is repetition allowed for both alphabet and numbers or for only numbers in question 3 and in question 4 for alphabets or both.
You are asking about this third line, right? The VIP license plate begins with 3 alphabets followed by 3 numbers with
Yes,
repetition
ma'am.
allowed.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it will be for both.
And in fourth question, it will not allowed for both.
1 minute.
For VIP license plate, repetition is allowed. For normal, it's not allowed. In both the
Yeah,
questions.
see, according to this line, the VIP license plate begins with 3 alphabet followed by 3 numbers with repetition allowed. Okay. So here, this repetition allowed is for both alphabet and numbers. And then the number license plate begins with 1 number followed by 3 alphabets without repetition. So for this normal license plate, it is without repetition for both numbers and alphabets. Okay. And then in the fourth question. Yeah, it is the same thing here also.
In fourth, I have a different question. 2 and 4.
Question.
Two
Questions is
numbers and 4 alphabets. Followed
the
by.
question is different, but this thing should be clear now. Okay, so VIP license plate begins with 3 alphabets followed by 3 numbers with repetition allowed. So the repetition is allowed for both alphabet and numbers for VIP license plate. Okay, and then the normal license plate begins with 1 number followed by 3 alphabets without repetition. So here without repetition is for both number and alphabets.
Okay, ma'am.
Could you please take my doubt from GA part 2?
Ma'am,
Ma'am, here
EMQ
it
is not showing in my
for VIP.
dashboard.
See, I have already told so many times that don't worry about the EMQ, it is not going to be graded.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so it is not showing. We know that. That's why we are not considering it for the evaluation part. Evaluation. Okay.
Could you please,
can you
could you please
explain
take my doubt from
5.3?
the EMQ, not about the evaluation, but the question I'm facing problem.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you explain activity question 5.3?
Which question?
First question and fourth question.
First question we just discussed few minutes back. So first question we
Can
have
you
3 options like true, false, and not attempting. Okay, and we have 6 questions, so 3 to the power 6.
how did E come?
What?
How did
3 is
E come?
3 is like you have 2 options, true and false, and the third one is that you are not answering the question. You are skipping it. So for each question, you have 3 kind of things in 3 ways to attempt the question.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Also the fourth question.
This one also I just few minutes back only I discussed. You joined the class late.
Yes, ma'am.
See, we have 2 bookshelves and we have 5 distinct books. Okay. So it is like that for the first bookshelf, maybe you are selecting 1 book. Okay. 1 number of books for first bookshelf and 4 number of books for second bookshelf. Okay. So if you have to select 5, 1 book out of 5, so that you can do in 5 ways, right? And then from the remaining 4 books, you have to arrange them. So that you can do in 4 factorial ways. Right? Similarly,
Yes,
we have another choice. So maybe for the first bookshelf, you are taking 2 books. And for the second bookshelf, you are taking 3 books. Okay. So first you have to select 2 books out of 5 and you have to arrange it also. So it will be 5p2. And then from the remaining 3 books, you have to arrange. So that we can do it 3 factorial ways. Similarly, we have these cases also. Okay. Are you getting my point?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we have to make all the cases. So this is like you are selecting all the 5 books for bookshelf 1 and you are not keeping any book in the second bookshelf. Similarly, the last option. Okay, first one is empty and the second you are keeping all the 5 books and you are arranging it. So now you have these different choices. So these you are doing simultaneously. So this is you are multiplying and then you are adding the different choices that you have. So once you solve, you will get the answer as 720.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Tell me question number 3.
Two
Hello?
also we have discussed. We have discussed.
No, there are 3 scenarios possible actually in question number 3. First, like only one ring in one finger, or we can like one can wear all the rings in one finger or multiple rings in one finger.
No, one ring in one finger. If it is something like that, then that condition will be mentioned.
Okay.
Could you please take my doubt from GA part 2? Yes. And the question is, what I'm trying to ask that suppose in question one it is given that select the steps applicable for the selection of gift. So here we need to find the value, or we are only, or here we need to find the other conditions. Means in the questions which are written steps, means in question one and question two, means question two I can understand it is written in how many ways. Yeah, so there we need to find the number of ways the value, but in question one it is
So
given.
for that, these values are given. So the answer will be out of these only, I think. Okay.
Now
So you
question,
have to
Ma'am, can I ask something?
that particular thing.
I mean,
Ma'am,
means in question one, please wait, please wait. Ma'am, in question one, actually it is given the number of the select the steps. Question two, it is clearly mentioned that how many ways we can do. So there we need to find the number of ways, that is the numerical value. But in question one also, do we need to find, because then the question one and question two, it is looking same only. Means question one exactly what do we need to find, that I cannot understand.
Okay. See, the question is 1 minute.
Today, my dashboard is not showing graded assignment 5 part 2 is not showing on my dashboard.
ma'am, for me also. EMG is not there.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
I just want to know how means how to interpret the question. That's all.
Yeah, just 1 minute. See, in the second, you have to give the answer, like this numerical answer. But in the first, when you just have to you have to tell what steps we are following to get the answer. So what we are doing. So the events will occur simultaneously or not, or we are doing the selection with replacement or without replacement. So that we have to that list of options you have to select. You don't have to give the answer.
Means question one is no numerical value, means just how to. Means in question one, do we need the numerical value? Means that part I cannot understand. Select the what is does it mean exactly by select the steps applicable?
Yes, steps only. That steps we are following to get the answer, but not in the second part. You have to give the answer.
But in first part, the numerical value is not necessary.
No.
Okay, and then other part is that is in the simultaneous occurrence or not. Means I'm just taking this one example only. Suppose we are wrapping the gifts. So here wrapping of the gift can occur in any way. Means I can wrap one by one also. I can take 5 at a time and do also. So how to understand that simultaneous occurrence will go or not? Simultaneous meaning I understand. In the beginning of the session also you told that we have to do this together. The multiplication rules means we are taking simultaneously, that together it is happening. But if it is not clearly given, means gift record what I can do means practically means here I can one by one I can wrap the 5 gifts, or I can take 5 at a time and do also. So how can we exactly interpret the simultaneous occurrence? Just the approach, could you please tell? Then means yeah, in tutorial also no such question type is mentioned. Just a sample is needed.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Yes.
See, she has to select 5 gift wrappers out of the 10, right? Hello.
Yes, ma'am. 5 out of 10. But
Okay. So she has to select 5 out of 10. So it will be simultaneous. Don't worry about like wrapping the gifts. She has to select the gift wrappers. So that she will be doing at the same time. Like she has to select 5, all the 5.
she can select 5 one by one, or she can select 5 together also, like in a bundle. So how to?
Like it will be a together. Yeah. Yes. It will be simultaneous.
Okay.
Like out of 10 things, You have to select 5 things, just it. Something like that.
And last question means in the type of questions where the word selection is mentioned, there we do not need to consider the order, right? Yeah, suppose it is
See, I cannot generalize this thing
okay,
because
okay,
it depends on the language. It might be different for different questions. Okay, it's not like
okay,
always select or arrange. It might be given in some different form also.
okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, any other question from?
Why do some of us don't have that EMQ for week 5?
Why? What?
And I don't have that EMQ for week 5.
Yes, yes.
Is
This
it
is a technical
for...
glitch. Okay, don't worry
Oh,
about that. It is not showing for the qualified students. Okay, so that don't worry about that. So it will not be considered in the grading. I think we have sent a mail also regarding the same thing. Have you received the mail or not? That the week 5 EMQ will
okay.
not be graded. Anyone?
I have not received any mail like that. Actually, I had attended the instructor session of statistics that the instructor had told that if you can complete week 5, if it is not too much, then we should do.
Okay, just leave it. Uh, yeah, we have sent the mail. So you have to check it. We have released the mail about that. That week 5 PMQ will not be considered under
Okay.
evaluation. Okay, whenever these changes are being made, we always send a mail. So you have to check your mails regularly, okay? There we give all the updates.
5 minutes ago, I only checked, but no mail had come. Mail ID.
It will come on your the ITM email ID only. Okay, any other doubt? Anyone else has any doubt from week 5? No one has any doubt?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Yesterday I attended the session, but while revising, I again mixed up. Means, could you please explain the concept of circular permutation? Again, means I attended the session, I have revised also, but since I have only written the running notes, means while revising, I got mixed up again.
Okay, 1 minute. Yes, my screen visible now. Yes. See, in circular permutation, what we do is suppose you have 4 objects to arrange in a circular manner. Okay, suppose these objects are A, B, C, and D. What we do is we just fix the position of one item. Okay, suppose we have 4 items. Suppose we have fixed the position of A. So it can be any object. Okay, you can fix A or B or C, any of the objects. Okay. Now what we do, we fix one object and we arrange the remaining objects in a linear fashion. So what we are doing B, C, and D. Okay. So here you can see all the arrangements that I have done. So you have fixed the position of A here. Okay. This is A at top. We have fixed this position, and the other 3, B, C, and D, that we have done all the linear arrangement. Okay, that's why the formula is made like you have n objects. Okay, so you have fixed one object from the remaining objects, you are doing the arrangements. Okay. So if you remember the formula for linear arrangements, if you have n objects which you have to arrange, so that we can do in n factorial ways, right? So now we have fixed one object, so we are left with only n minus 1 objects that we have to arrange. So that we can do in n minus 1 factorial ways. Okay. This formula we use when the clockwise and anti-clockwise are different. Okay. When we are saying that the clockwise and anti-clockwise, okay, this is the mirror image. If these two are same, okay, like the beads scenario, in that case, the answer will be n minus 1 factorial by 2. Okay,
The term, the meaning same, I cannot understand. Means two mirror images can never be same. So what is the meaning of same here?
I already told that if you take the bead scenario,
yes,
you have a bracelet.
Yes.
You can just flip it, rotate it, right?
Yes, but if you flip and rotate, the order will be changed, and so the exact.
That does not make any difference. That object, that bracelet will still be the same. But if you're talking about the people sitting around a table, so if you are changing, then that the table you cannot flip, right? Those are humans. You
Yes.
cannot do that thing there. So that will definitely make a difference in the position of the people.
Okay.
Okay. So in that kind of scenario, these things are different.
I mean,
Most
in
of
the
the time,
mid.
if you see these kind of scenario, most of the time they are different. In some of the cases, you will see that this mirror image or anti-clockwise and clockwise are not making any difference. So then we say that these two things are same. So the number of ways will get half of it. So it will become n minus 1 factorial by 2. Right? Is this clear to you? Anything else?
Yes, ma'am, this is clear.
Anyone else has any doubt?
Ma'am, I have sent some images of question in the chat that I had got. And did you receive it?
Yeah, so one of the question is an inspection officer wants to test the tensile strength of
Yes.
threaded rods produced by a factory. Based on this information, answer the given sub question. So if you select 70 threaded rods at random from those that produced in the month of May 2022 at the factory, identify the sample and population. Okay. So the options are, first option is the population is all threaded rods ever produced at the factory. And the sample is all the threaded rods produced in the month of May. And then second one is the population is all the threaded rods ever produced at the factory. And the sample is the 70 selected threaded rods. And then the third one is population is all threaded rods produced in the year 2022. And the sample is the threaded rods produced in the month of May 2022.
I had given the third option, but they had told it wrong. Could you please explain why?
Yeah, okay, 1 minute. So in the you have selected the third option. So why it is wrong that the population in the third option, the population is taking the rods produced in the particular year 2022. Right, but this is not our population. The population will be all the rods that has been produced.
I mean, in the question, it is just that he selects 70 rods out of the all the rods that are in May 2022. So the restricted May 2022, that is the sample, but how we are not coming to know that other years, means in the specific question it is talking about the year 2022 only. So in that logic I gave in the year 2022, means it is confirmed the 70 rods yet selected, that is the sample, but the population part I am getting confused.
Yeah, sample is the 70 threaded rods,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, which were produced in the month of 2022.
Yes, May 22. Yes.
The inspection officer wants to test the question is that an inspection officer wants to test the tensile strength of the threaded rods produced by a factory.
Yes.
Officer does not want to check the rods which were produced in that particular year only. He wants to know the like in general, not for a particular year. The population will be all the rods that were produced by the factory.
Means this line is written if he selects 70 rods at random from those produced in month of May 2022, means
Yeah, the thing is, in the second option, it should be more clear that it should be 70 selected threaded rods from the month of May 2022. That should be there. But yeah, it's not there. But third option, the population selected is wrong.
that population part only I am asking, that
The population
means
will be all. Okay. You cannot restrict the population.
okay.
Yeah, so in third option, the population given is wrong.
Okay, ma'am. Means we do not even have to consider the time, means it may be yeah, 1 year, it may be all the years, but we have to take means all possible, means any
Yes,
time.
again, it depends on the question. So, what is the objective? What the thing they want to test? So, in the question, the first part, it is written that the inspection officer wants to test the tensile strength of threaded rods produced by the factory.
Yes.
They have not mentioned that they want to test only those rods which were produced in that year. If they have mentioned like that, then the population will be the rods produced in that particular year. But they here in the question they have not mentioned. They just want to test the tensile strength of all the rods like produced by the factory. It is not restricted to 1 year.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes. Yes.
Am I audible? Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, could you please explain the last sum of practice assignment?
Last one only we discussed that inner circle and outer circle, right?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, could you please send the link of the last video, like if there is any recorded session?
You can get the links on the calendar itself for all the sessions. The YouTube link will be there.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, anything else?
Ma'am, thank you for clarifying the question number 13. I sent the image. They could please clarify the next question also, question 8. Just 3 or 4 questions are there. So 3 actually.
Yeah, just 1 minute.
I have sent the images in the chat. Sorry, question 6, I suppose.
6 or 8?
Means the after question number 13, the I have consecutively sent. After question number 13, the question is there. The 5 number summary of the data set, that question.
Okay, I just opened this question number 8, that an
Okay, okay,
analyst did a survey to know the willingness of the graduate and postgraduate students
okay,
of
okay.
India to go abroad for higher studies. So he collected the data from a college for the survey, and the results are given in this table.
Yes.
So the first option is of all the graduate students, right? There are
Yes, ma'am.
30% students who do not want to go for higher studies. So how will you calculate this part if you want to check?
Ma'am, I have to means of the graduate students means I have to do the row total first, means the row total is 20, and then who does not want to go for higher studies, that is in the no part is 6. Those
Yes.
6 by the row total into 100, so that is 6 by 20 into 100. That by that it got 30%.
Yeah, so option number 1 is correct.
Option number 1 and option number 3 I gave, that is correct, but I also gave option number 5 that they are showing incorrect, means there is
See,
no
this
association.
association you will have to solve it, okay, by row total and column total, right? You
Yes,
have to
ma'am.
use that method and then you have to check.
I had checked, means the pattern was looking, the row frequency in each row, the pattern was looking similar. So if the pattern is similar looking, that means there is no association.
Hmm.
So that only I checked, means the percentages were similar in the row, what I saw.
So there should be, the values should be very close to each other.
Yes, and that had happened, means I I, I had done in the rough, so means the
Okay,
values were similar.
maybe,
Could you please confirm once
see,
by
if
solving?
you are taking that 40, 43, 40, 44, like 40, 43, 45, but these are not similar.
No, means we have to check in each row, no? In column it is different, but
See, if you can use any of the method, you can take column total or row total. That depends on you, but both the methods will give you the same answer. There might be some maybe calculation mistake. You check it again.
that means the first row the frequencies are the percentage, that is yes is 70, no is 30, and in the second row the percentages are also similar, means in the second row uh, it is 60 and the 40. So actually the instructor taught us in this type of questions we have to draw the stacked bar graph and then see whether they're looking similar or not. So I had
Yes, you
drawn the
can make stacked bar chart.
so by that means my percentages were in the graduate the yes was 70, no was 30, and in the postgraduate are you able to view the question?
Yes, I'm looking at the question.
Means in the graduate part the yes part was 70%, no part was 30%, and in the postgraduate part the yes part was 60%, no part was 40%. So when I drew the stacked bar graph it was looking similar, so I gave that. Could you please just
Okay, I'll
show?
solve this question and then we'll discuss this question in the next revision session. Okay, because I need to solve it.
Means if you could have shown I could have got confirmed, means there is no solution also to this in, so I was asking. Okay.
Okay, tomorrow we have a session where I'll discuss this one. Okay.
Okay.
Then you have this choose the correct options. This one, right?
Yes, question number
7.
yes.
So the options are, if the large values of x tend to be associated with the small values of y, then the correlation between x and y will be positive. So this is wrong, right?
Yes.
Because when x is increasing, then y is decreasing. Okay, so the
Yes.
correlation will be negative in that case. So the
Yes,
first
that is
option is
wrong.
wrong.
Yes.
You have selected this one. The correlation coefficient between two variables is 0, then the variables are independent. See, there is a theorem, then the correlation coefficient is 0, then they are not correlated. But
Yes,
you
the
cannot say that they are independent. if they are, the thing is, if they are independent, if two variables are independent, then they will not be correlated. But the vice versa is not true. If the correlation coefficient is 0, there will be no linear correlation between them. But there might be some other kind of relation. So we cannot say that the variables are independent.
Oh, means linear correlation is not present, but other type of relation can be present.
Yes, it can be there. So
Okay.
we can only say that the correlation is like they are uncorrelated, but we cannot say that they are independent.
Okay.
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 Rest options, you know.
Yes. And thank you, ma'am. Could you please help me with question number 6, the 5 number summary question?
Yeah, 1 minute. See, the data is given to you, so you can calculate the 5 number summary and you can check whether it is being the same or it is getting changed.
No, 5 number summary is given only. Means I was just having a problem in that it is given that one observation 6 is wrongly noted
Yeah,
as 5.
see that yeah,
Yes.
so it is written that later it is noted that one observation 6 is wrongly noted as 5.
Yes. And so
So
that
already you can see that the minimum observation is 5 only.
how means here the minimum the 5 is the wrong observation, but if the correct observation is 6, so how can the minimum value will definitely change, I thought. Means instead
See,
of 5
so it is 6 now. So 5 is less than 6, right? Again, minimum is 5 only.
means we do not know that whether means in the 5 number summary the system is what, that the first value is the minimum, the second, third, fourth are the quartiles, and the fifth is the maximum. That is what I understood. Am I right?
Yes, first value is the minimum value.
So if the first value, if I correct it to 6, then the no value will be less than 6 in that data set. Actually, first thing, ma'am, please confirm that what I have understood from the materials, that 5 number summary means there are 5 numbers. The first number is the minimum data, second is first quartile, third is
Yes.
second quartile, fourth is the Q3, third quartile, and the fifth is maximum. So in this
Yeah,
interpretation, am I
minimum.
right?
Yeah, minimum. Then Q1, Q2, Q3, and then maximum.
This one, am I right? Means this
Yeah, 5 number summary is minimum, and then Q1, Q2, Q3, and then maximum observation.
Okay, so ma'am, with that means I cannot able to understand how to choose the option. Means the first thing that came to my mind, that if I correct the 5 as 6, then the minimum value is 6, then the minimum value dataset will definitely change. So I marked that, but it is given wrong. So I cannot understand why it is wrong. Means if the minimum is 6, the minimum is changing. No value other lesser than 6 can be present in the dataset.
Yes, ma'am. This was same my doubt also. The value will change. The 5 number summary will gonna change because minimum value gonna change.
1 minute.
And actually the other options also, the correct answer, they are saying that 5 number summary may remain the same. Means how can it remain the same if we change the observation?
Yes, yes, that option is correct, but the minimum will change. That's the point.
Okay, I'll see this question and see, maybe there is an ambiguity in this in the question.
It is
So
actually a
okay, I'll check.
PYQ, it came in the exam, so
Okay, I'll check. There might be wrongness also. It would be corrected. It would have been corrected in that case.
I mean, since there's no solution also, could you just explain? Means I cannot able to judge. Means how can I choose or exclude the option? Means the two five number summary will definitely change, the five number summary may remain the same. I cannot understand. Means is there any possibility of remaining same if I change an observation?
Yeah, it depends on what changes we are making in the data set. So it depends on that.
Means what I'm thinking that if I had made change in other observation, means that other than the minimum and the quartiles and the maximum, other than these things, if I had made any change, then it would have remained same. But right here I am making change in the 5, which is the minimum value, and if the minimum value is changing, the main data point is changing, so 5 number summary should change.
Okay,
Means
okay, I'll see this
means
question.
what I'm trying to say is suppose in between 5 and 10 there is an observation 8, and that 8 I change to 7, so in that part the 5 number will summary
Yes,
will
yes,
remain same.
okay. Yeah, okay, okay, I'll see, I'll see.
Okay. But ma'am, okay, on this question, okay, but yeah, we can, you said discuss tomorrow, but the concept I'm trying to understand means, yeah, in the 5 number summary that there are 5 main points, as you said, the minimum, the q1, q2, q3, and the maximum. So if I change any of the 5 points, the 5 number summary should change, right?
Yeah, you are saying that suppose if one thing, like suppose median is changed.
Yes, any of the main points, which either the minimum
Yeah,
is
if any of
changed,
the value is changing, then 5 number summary is changing, right?
and if any value in between the points, suppose I am changing a value which is lying in between the minimum point and the q1.
No, no. If it is not affecting the 5 number summary, so 5 number summary is the maximum value, minimum value. Okay, Q1, Q2, Q3, first quartile, second quartile, which is median, and the third quartile. So if you are making any changes in the data set which is not affecting in these particular values, it is remaining same again. Okay, then you will say that the 5 number summary is same. But if it is affecting these values, we will say that the 5 number summary is getting changed.
Okay.
I means it is sequence related.
Yeah, 5 number summary, you have to write it in a sequence, that minimum value, first quartile, second quartile, third quartile, and the maximum value.
Okay, if means if we change any middle value with greater or, then it will change, ma'am? No, still.
Yes, yes, you have to write it in the sequence. So they have written the
Okay.
5 number summary of a data set, 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. So it
Okay,
is
this means we
understood.
have to read all the, this is in ascending order and in sequence. So this will be the
Yes, in the sequence, yeah.
5 number summary.
Yes, you have to write it in the sequence. Okay, anything else?
What
Okay,
about the
then
week 5 part 2 grade assignment? We don't have that.
you have already asked this question so many times. You did not listen to me carefully. I have already answered the same question like multiple number of times. Are you really in the session, or you are just sitting like that? Already we have sent a mail, so still you are asking the same question again and again.
চারটা রিভিশন সেশন ছিল আর
Okay, if no one has any doubt, then we can end the session.
ma'am, tomorrow will be doubt session.
It will be revision session.
Hello. Has anyone done all week 5 assignments? Has any one of you done all week 5 assignments? Or at all done?